Welcome to my YouTube channel. Welcome to this week's energy forecast. I'm Sarah Louise. I'm an intuitive. I'm a reader of the cosmic weather. And I'm here to share with you what's coming up this week. So what energy is going to be around, kind of what's happening with those planets and how that's going to affect us. And yeah, how you can best navigate yourself through the week. So my beautiful friends, we've got a couple of weeks left of this incredibly powerful, transformational, massive year that we've just gone through. And this week feels really pivotal, right? It feels like a massive threshold and there's a lot going on. Yeah. The energy of it feels good, and it actually feels like we're getting a little taster of the 2026 energy coming in. So the main things for me that I'm tuning into and feeling this week are the new moon in Sagittarius and the solstice. They're the kind of things that really kind of shining out and kind of like I'm really pulled to their energy. And I think they're going to be a massive influence of us this week. So when I tune into the tone and how it's going to feel, I feel like, yes, it's big and it's like there's a lot going on, and you know, this time of year it can feel there's a bit of pressure in the air, most definitely, kind of in general. But underneath all of that, I feel like there is that definite bit of a softness, still lots of surrendering. And as that new moon comes in, so actually, let's start at the beginning of the week. The beginning of the week, we've got a bit of a Chiron activation with the sun, and that's reminding us of our wounding. But it's not in this old kind of like, you know, where we've been a lot of this year, like, oh my God, there's a wound. I need to like go into it and feel it and heal it and understand it and uncondition it and all that stuff. It's more like, oh yeah, there's a wound and I know the strength that that's given me and I know what I've learned from it and I'm really grateful and really appreciate it, and I'm not going to sit in it anymore. Yeah, so there's like a bit of a shift. So there's a kind of remembering, but it's the energy around that wounding feels different. So that's kind of at the beginning of the week. And then as we progress through the week, we've got that new moon and that solstice. So the new moon, you know, new moons, new beginnings, new cycles, and most definitely this one is about intention setting, but there's also some releasing around it and some more letting go. And I feel like, you know, that's in combination with like the wrapping up of this week. Yeah, and the walking through the new threshold, the new light of this solstice. So under that new moon, I do feel there's some energy coming in that's very much the 2026 beginning energy of it's different. It's kind of, there's more clarity. It's not so overwhelming. There's another level of awareness because we're walking into that year very different to, you know, the person that was walking into 2025. Like, we are different, we have changed, and there's more clarity coming, there's more understanding, there's more awareness coming. So yeah, this new moon, it feels big, it feels powerful, like it's definitely a week to be tuning into your intentions and, you know, setting that kind of vision. And it's not small, like, you know, what are your visions of this month or even this year? It's like, what's your vision of your life? Like, who do you want to be? Like, where are you going? And it's funny, I was writing this in my channeling earlier, and I had this beautiful, like, kind of reminder and this beautiful messaging coming in, like, don't worry, it's already written in your heart. It's already done. And it was really comforting and really like, oh yeah, it's okay. Yeah. So it's like the soul and our intuition, it's kind of already there, but this kind of human part of us and our minds needs to start to kind of really focus on who we're becoming and who we want to be and what that looks like, and how, what human steps can we take, yeah, because we'll be feeling it, yeah. So it's kind of like lining up all the different parts of us under this new moon. It feels big. It feels like, think of Sagittarius, like it's adventurous. It feels adventurous, yeah. But not in a like I've got to run and push, and like more in like we're going to be much more, and I feel it's here and it's coming, much more in flow, yeah, much more in flow. We just got to let go of that old, let go of the fear and the, yeah, that if I could say one thing as I tune into the energy of next year is, like, we're going to have to work so hard to not get caught up in the fear, to rise above and remember that, there's this incredible universe that's like this incredible kind of battery that we can plug into for joy and love and life. And, and that's where we kind of got to go, because here on this earth plane, as we're going through this transition, there's going to be a lot of fear and like uncertainty, and like us humans, we don't like that, yeah. So we're going to have to really open up next year and really have our daily practices and like our awareness so open and present of knowing that we have to tune into that, we have to remember that, because we can get so sidetracked and we can get so pulled in and consumed. Like, how often do you just like look at your phone for nothing, and 15 minutes later of scrolling, it's like, oh my God, like what a waste, yeah. Where we could be doing some creation and tuning in and like creating our best life possible. Instead, we've been like staring at a friggin' screen, like, whoa, yeah. Anyway, so this new moon, it's big, and it's like open us up and like tune us in and set big intentions and like that beautiful energy. And then we've got the solstice. So it's going to be different depending, whether you're in the northern or southern hemisphere. But for all of us, it's about the light, and it's about stillness and a reset, yeah, and harmony and balance, and taking a moment of pause and reflection, and yeah, allowing that reset to happen and tuning into that beautiful light. It's a moment to just stop and be, and sit in gratitude and love, and hand on heart moment. That's solstice energy for sure, yeah, before we go into that new season, yeah, where the light may be at the brightest, or we're starting to draw it back in. Yeah, I love the solstice. The veil is thin, the energy feels clear. As I say, it's a kind of really beautiful reset point for us. So we've got all that going on this week. That's a lot, that's a lot. And the current cosmic pressure is on, yeah. And sometimes I feel like we can feel a bit lost if we get trapped under this kind of like human wave at the moment. We can feel a bit suppressed and trapped and stuck. So we have to work really hard with this beautiful cosmic energy to rise up, to continue to decondition and reprogram, and on my beautiful water bottle, joy, constantly tapping into that joy, however, whatever that means to you, not getting sidetracked, yeah. I was listening to a really cool podcast earlier, and it was like how to have the best day, meditate and masturbate. Like, meditate and masturbate, get the energy flowing with your meditation. And I was like, yeah, right, I get it, yeah. So whatever you need to do to stay focused, to stay on track, to like, let's go, yeah. we're at the end of this year. A lot has changed. A lot has shifted. We've got 2026, another year of like up leveling and upgrading, so we can get into that. As I said, I keep saying, end of 26, 27, there's a whole new energy, vibe coming in, tone coming in. So, you know, we've got this next year of like kind of doing this more shifting and to get to that new vibration. So, you know, let's just work out like our best way of getting there. Like, we don't need to suffer through heartache and pain to learn anymore. Like, that's old. We can learn about love through love, not through heartache. Yeah, we can learn our lessons through gifts, you know. This is the new, this is where we're going. Yeah. We're wrapping up this year. Let's wrap it up with a beautiful bow. Yeah. Enjoy this week. As I said, there's some, towards the end of the week, some beautiful energy coming in. Have a read of the weekly written. There'll be some little pointers there of focuses for the week. This is where I just allow whatever to come through, but that's a little bit more precise on how to work with the energy. And yeah, have an amazing week. Yeah. It's a gift, right? Us being here. Yeah, I think we forget that sometimes. We get caught in it's freaking hard, but it's also a gift. So have an amazing week. I love you all, and I will see you next week.